Louis F. Sisbarro and his wife Pat, who Lou swears was barefoot when he found and rescued her from a hardscrabble life, arrived in our community in 1981. Since his arrival, Lou has given many people many gifts. His generosity never restricted by the little-known and sad fact that the poor man makes only $1 per car sold. Yes, he confessed that to a group of us who played golf together for almost 2 decades. Confessed that on a day when everything went wrong and he lost the maximum possible in our gambling-addicted group, $4. And yet, despite this personal disaster, the pressure to rush back to the dealership and get out on the selling floor so he could feed his young family that night, the man never stopped smiling. That golf group became an institution in our lives. To say we laughed a lot and that Louis instigated much of it would do a disservice to the very idea of frivolity and hilarity. Everyone was fair game for analysis, for advice, taunting, and for judgment. No one was sacrosanct. Not Lou, not his fellow Aggie Hall of Famers, women's golf coach Paul Brilliant, and NMSU and NFL legend Charles Johnson, not the physician radiologist Jim Green, not the bank president Gary Lenzo, not the beloved children's dentist John Conniff, not the maniacal writer-director noted for breaking approximately 1 club a week for a decade, until Lou sat him down one day. I'm sorry, wait a minute. The Aggie Athletic Hall of Fame? Did I miss something? Did Lou excel in golf for the Aggies? Actually, no. He is in the Aggie Hall of Fame under the designation of benefactor, as he gave to the American Southwest Theater Company, as he was a cornerstone to our growth and success, a beacon for others to come aboard that artistic enterprise. He gave to athletics. He gave. Key subject and verb right there. He gave. Pat and Lou, Mary and the late extraordinary Bruce Street, Stephanie Medoff and I went to Italy together in 1999. On the way back to Rome, from a day trip to Pompeii and the Blue Grotto, Louis produced 6 kazoos and 6 song sheets. The hills of Italy came alive with the sound of music, or if not that, something sort of like it. Then there was the thing with the Pope. Through the office of a priest who worked in the Vatican, but was originally from the Sisbarros and Streets Church in Las Cruces, Lou scored 4 tickets to the Pope's regular Wednesday gathering in St. Peter's Square. The square was packed with thousands of worshipers. The streets in Sisbarros kept flashing their tickets, and barrier after barrier was opened to them by the Swiss guards. The priest from Las Cruces had told our group that they would be toward the front of the mob. The last security guy wasn't a Swiss guard. He was a bishop who led our increasingly befuddled quartet up a flight of stairs, very much up front, and told them they would sit right there on the podium where Pope John Paul II would speak momentarily. But the bishop didn't seat them quite yet. No, first, he brought them to meet the Pope. Face to face with the leader of one of the world's largest faiths, the bishop introduced the Sisbarros and Streets as the group from New Mexico. The Pope addressed the Las Cruces in Spanish. "No, Your Excellency," said the bishop. "This is a group from New Mexico in the United States." The Pope switched to English. The foursome was individually presented to the Pope. As the story goes, when Lou's turn came and he bent to kiss the papal ring, he said with all appropriate respect, and not quite so loudly as he does on those TV commercials, "Your Holiness, nobody beats a Sisbarro deal." I told Lou once I had never seen him angry. He told me he refuses to get up in the morning angry, that he's intent on enjoying his everyday on earth to the maximum. All of us who know Lou would say there is no better friend, no better teammate. If one is judged by one's friends, the friends of Louis F. Sisbarro can go anywhere he's been with monumental pride, and in all likelihood be met with a story of this incredible man's decency. I would yell this last the way he does on those TV commercials if I had the vocal cords for it, which I don't. So let me say it simply this way. Nobody, but nobody, beats the friendship, the graciousness, the generosity of Lou Sisbarro.